Yeah. Welcome back to What Catches Fire on LA Talk Live. My name is James Skinny. I'm your host. Don't forget that we are more than talk. Wait, I said, don't forget that we are more than talk. No, really?
We are more than talk.
You should recognize that we're more than talk. You know why? Because some people talk and some people do. And we do. Yeah, we don't.
We do everything.
Pretty much. I mean, we talk when it's necessary, but really we do more doing than we do talking. But we only talk when it's necessary.
And we effectively talk, efficiently talk.
Oh,
Because you and I both know what that means, right?
can you teach these kids and these people how to speak efficiently and effectively?
We are also great listeners.
Man.
Great listeners.
Man.
You know the thing I like about you, Matt, is that you're just you're just a good listener. You know, he makes me feel safe. And he's a good listener. I mean, what more can you ask for? You know? That's hilarious. It is 101 in Los Angeles, California, one of the greatest cities in the world. Can we get applause on that?
Yes.
There it is.
A huge shout out to everyone in New York City, another great, amazing city. And London.
Yep.
The whole world. He got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Thank you. I'll be here every week. Thursday. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's why I retired from music, because of that clip right there. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go over some current events, guys. What's happening? What's going on in the world? This is kind of like when David Letterman comes out and he does his little comedy stand-up thing. I think I need to work on my stand-up skills. But if I had lights in my face and like the mic and all that, then I could totally come out and, hey, I get no respect. I tell you, I get no respect.
Hey, Rodney.
Little Rodney Dangerfield. That's old school. What do you know about Rodney?
My dad does Rodney.
Yeah, does
Yeah. Since I was a little kid, he's been doing Rodney Dangerfield.
he? Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you something. I get no respect. No respect at all.
That's funny. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the top headlines of what's going on in the world of Kinney Group Creative. Matt, what can you tell us about what's happening at Kinney Group Creative?
We are doing everything and anything to expose brands
Expose them.
worldwide.
Okay.
Working with a wonderful author, Lucinda Bassett,
Okay.
and her new brand, Truth Be Told.
Okay.
Her book is coming out March of 2013, and we are very excited. Lucinda is a wonderful author in person and now transitioning into a grief coach.
Okay.
She's helping thousands and thousands of people around the world. Every day we're getting beautiful responses from people. You know, you've helped me overcome my anxiety. You saved my life. You've helped me with my depression, and we're doing wonderful things. So I'm pleased to be on board with the Lucinda campaign and doing such positive things.
Great. Okay. Yeah, because you're the brand manager for Lucinda Bassett.
Yes.
How does that feel to be a young man working at a bi-coastal firm and you're the brand manager for a best-selling author?
I couldn't be happier. It's great. 1 minute you're in the classroom writing papers,
Yeah.
ripping your hair out, doing marketing plans, and then the next minute, it's all happening. And you know, it's great when you're at school and you're learning marketing tactics, but then you get in the real world and you know, James Kenny, he hires you, he takes you under your wing.
You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, he says, come fly with me. And it feels great to be out there doing what I love to do. And this is what I love, branding, making it happen.
So would you say that you're more than talk?
I am more than talk.
So you're do. You do it. You do it.
I just do it,
Do it.
like Nike.
He's a doer.
Doer. Okay. Shout out to Russell Wayne Evans in Austin, Texas. Shout out to Jeffrey David Goldford in Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to TaskRabbit again that had Jamie, who was on last show. Who else do we have? Shout out to Richard Carr. Big up, Richard Carr, because Richard Carr is the man. Shout out to Ray Edwards from the audience, which is something that's actually really huge. That's funded by Ari Emanuel, so that's kind of a big deal. If you guys don't know who he is, then you probably don't know, any of that, whatever. So, shout out to them. Now, Justin, what's going on in your world at Kenny Group Creative?
You know what? I'd like to talk about Uwe Gourmet.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you know what? This weekend we're gonna have an exciting little get together with Jessica Morgan, who's gonna be helping us out with the shoot, with the new video that we'll be creating some new video content for Uwe Gourmet that's really gonna nail it home and really resonate well with the Uwe Gourmet audience.
Yeah, we're shooting a commercial for them, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's gonna be exciting. And see, I actually forget. People think I'm like, oh, he does. I actually forget all that we are doing, all that we have going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's going on, but we're making it happen.
Okay.
Day by day.
So Uwe Gourmet, who is, if someone's never heard before, who is Uwe Gourmet?
Yeah, Uwe Gourmet is a functional beverage. It's a weight loss beverage that helps you essentially lose weight. They have two products that are currently out, Uwe Original and Uwe 5.
Mm-hmm.
And they have actually, they're wonderful in taste. They're very light. And they complement well with a meal, or whether it be for a pre or post workout drink,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be used for dinner. I mean, the great thing about Uwe is that it's a multifunctional product.
Mm-hmm.
It could be consumed at any time of the day.
Right.
And so Uwe Gourmet is a unique case in which we were able to rebrand them from what they currently had before us coming on board, and as a result, they saw exponential sales after us changing their design, their logos, their website, handling their social media, and that took a whole nother transformation that just has taken them to new heights.
Wow, you're a good salesman.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's why you hired me.
I should hire your firm. That's true. That's true. Yeah, so that's exciting with Uwe Gourmet. And yeah, we've doubled their social media numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Congratulations to us for that.
Kudos.
No, but we can't take credit for the wonderful people at Uwe Gourmet and all the hard work they do. We're just the firm that helps try to make a lot of things happen. But they're a great group of people out in Syracuse, New York. So very happy to have them as a client. And what else? We have a new brand coming out next year, Aquadopa. There's nothing on it yet, so you can't even search it. But it's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited about the Aquadopa brand because it's the first chance that we're really getting a chance to launch a brand literally from the ground up. Like before, kind of like what Jamie said on the last show, before Series A, we're getting a chance to work with the brand from its inception. So we plan on launching them through music. We're going to use music and fashion as a platform to launch this beverage client. So it's really exciting that we have a chance to literally create culture around the brand and use collaborative commerce as a way to hopefully successfully launch this brand. But I'm pretty confident that it's going to be very successful. So
Definitely.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
What else do we got going on?
We have EarthWe. EarthWe is also having an event January 19th, and it is a global message, a message that will resonate well with everyone in the world, because it is a surge to provide and to present global warming to the top of Obama's agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a great event. It's going to be at St. Vibiana's Church between 2nd and 3rd Street in downtown Los Angeles. And it's actually the weekend before the inauguration, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Martin Luther King birthday weekend.
That's
and the inauguration.
Yeah.
Well, what can you tell our listeners what is EarthWe and what do they do?
EarthWe is a social platform that really takes into consideration all demographic and psychographic audiences, and really puts them into an environment where they can collaborate and give their community services to any non-profit organization of their choice, really.
Okay, so it's a technology platform that aggregates nonprofits together.
Mm-hmm.
And then people can volunteer or donate or do whatever they want to do as a way to get involved with charities?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Oh,
You-
cool.
You actually said it better than myself.
Okay. I just work here. No, that's good though. All right, cool. So we got Earth Week, then we got Morgan's Hotel Group going on in New York, doing a ton of music stuff with them. Just got off the call yesterday that we're having a band called Tennis. Have you guys ever heard of Tennis? I guess it's an indie rock band named Tennis, and we're gonna have them at Mondrian Soho for New Year's Eve. So Tennis is a new indie band. Maybe we should bring up their music and see what Tennis.
Yeah,
sounds
actually,
like.
shout out to Morgans and Royalton, the Young Pandas, as well as the Young Pandas. Young Pandas will be performing tonight.
Yeah, they're playing tonight, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's going to be a great collaborative effort as well.
Absolutely. All right, great. Well, I know we have a caller that's calling in soon.
Yeah.
We'll see when they show up. That is the current events. We're gonna play a little Tennis. This is the band Tennis. I just want to see what they sound like.
Is a very small cove separated from the sea by
That's
a
cool.
shifting shoal.
Snap your fingers.
We didn't realize
If you're watching at home or in the office.
Everybody snap.
Snap. Snap.
Barely made it out alive.
Do the old school like this. This is Tennis, ladies and gentlemen. That will be playing at Mondrian Soho New Year's Eve in New York. Go to morganshotelgroup.com to get your tickets. Awesome. Well, moving right on to our topics and to our show while we have a little Tennis playing in the background. That's a cool brand, right? Yeah. I believe we have a caller.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Z. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Z Patel, calling from the dailysavant.com. And
Great.
calling, go ahead.
Z, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're on now on LA Talk Live on What Catches Fire with James Kinney.
Hey, Z, how are you, man?
Doing good, Justin. It's been a while. We haven't spoke, but it's good to keep in touch.
Definitely. You know what? Please fill us in on your latest endeavors. I know you're currently the creator, the founder of the Daily Savant and the advice columnist. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
Great.
Daily,
Go ahead.
yeah, the Daily Savant is actually a website. It's about personal development, getting to know what your core characteristics, which are what allows you to make sound judgment, what allows you to be the professional individual that you are, and tapping into those unlocked potentials that are yet to be unlocked.
Great. That's great, Z. Now, is your platform already? Has it launched already?
It has. It's www.thedailysavant.com.
Going to it now.
SAVANT.
Is it the Daily Savant?
Savant. Correct.
Okay.
Great, Z. Now tell me a little bit about your overseas travels. I know you were a pretty busy man over the summer. Is that correct?
I did travel quite a bit. Actually, I just got back from a little 10-country tour. I was actually traveling around and went to go interview at a couple of international companies. And after a long trip, I decided that the best opportunities actually laid back for me here in the States. I went out from Eastern Europe to Central Asia to the Sub-Asian continent, all the way out to Eastern Asia. Visit a lot of countries that had a lot to do with international energy and a lot of other companies that were within the logistics and supply chain management.
Wow.
So,
Hey Z, you've been around the world so much. I have a little clip for you. You ready?
go ahead.
Let's see if you can hear this.
I don't think.
Been around the world. You remember that from Puff Daddy?
Yeah, been around the world. Yeah.
Hey man, what part of Eastern Europe were you in?
Well, my trip actually started out in Georgia, And then from Georgia, I went to Azerbaijan, Turkey, Turkmenistan. That was all within Central Asia and Eastern Europe. And that had a lot to do with the fellowship program that I pursued through Chapman University, the RGO School of Business and Economics, both what you and I had attended. And I was actually lucky because originally the trip was just really sponsored, and then later on, as we actually developed the program was developing, they they brought us into this fellowship program. That's also in kind of conjunction with the Donald Rumsfeld Fellowship Program that they actually have set up for a lot of the former Soviet Union and Commonwealth interstate countries that recently got their freedom back in 2001.
Wow.
Now, Z, tell us a little bit about how you're planning on positioning the Daily Savant as a forward-thinking brand and as an educational, informational platform.
It's a really good question, and it's undergoing development right now, and I'm kind of trying to figure out the best route and the best way. For me, for Daily Savant to be the go-to name for companies out in Orange County specifically, since that's where I'm located, doing a lot of cross-branding, cross-strategizing, working with a lot of organizations and businesses and executives who are trying to find those individuals that have the aptitude and the attitude for making in today's ever-changing and more ever-growing technological and advanced markets. It's not easy today. Everyone knows that the jobs that existed maybe 5 years ago have changed to be more technically oriented over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now trying to work with these companies and trying to identify individuals that best suited for these companies and what makes you that sales consultant 2.0, or what makes you that account executive 2.0 in today is a totally new definition in terms of just business, work ethic, background, skills, capabilities. It's changed. Nothing's the same.
Yeah, Z, we had a show a few weeks ago about personal branding, and specifically we spoke about how when you position yourself as an employee or as an employer, how you speak, how you dress, your education, and all those things factor in to not only your personal brand and your personal positioning within a workplace, but also how your company does. So it's interesting to hear you say that and be someone who's active out in the workforce, looking to further position themselves as, like you said, a workforce 2.0, if you will.
Very good question. Can you just state it more narrowly for me? Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just reinforcing your comments about Workforce 2.0, saying that we had a show a few weeks back where we talked about personal branding.
And personal branding is really important today, because if people don't know you for a particular industry, then you might say you're qualified just because you have a degree, or you might have taken a vocational course on something, but personal branding is what makes you the go-to person. I've been in IT, I've been in consulting, I've been in supply chain management and logistics. And for me, I worked out in Dubai for almost 3.5 years. Being out there, working with a lot of logistics companies and shipping companies, when new companies would come in, or new competitors, or anyone out there, you can either have a competitor on your side or against you, and your better option is to have them with you. So then that way you guys can compete. You guys can try and compete in different niche markets while not trying to eat up each other's market share too much, and helping each other to survive, passing off business to one another, and being able to keep the same line of service and trying to create a best practice for that industry is probably what defines you as an individual when you go across as branding yourself.
So Z, it sounds like you're in the collaborative commerce industry yourself, right?
I am actually. Currently, I'm working with 2 companies. One is a digital printing company, which I'm providing consulting services for, and they've been huge. They've done a lot of work in the past. They've done projects like when the World Trade Center was there. They've done projects for them. They did projects for the JFK Airport. and now they're expanding here in California, and now they want to try and make it big here. So what I'm doing with them is trying to make their streamline their product and inventory shipment and receiving and processing. So for me, that's one project that I have under hand. And another project that I do have is with another company that's based out in Thailand, providing hygienics such as soaps, massage oils,
CPGs, yeah.
shampoos.
So Z, how did you get those offers? I know you had toured those 10 countries, and I know that had an influence on how you presented yourself and your personal brand, right?
Absolutely. Solid networking and having a background that made sense to these companies. These companies have been looking for a really long time, and they got individuals and they had companies that were just okay, and they knew that they're just going to either take this as a small project or something just under their main brand, and that might have worked for them, that might have not worked for them because they weren't going to have so much control over it. And so when I was traveling out there, I was really lucky, especially with the Thailand company that's importing here into the States. One of their things was that they wanted to find an individual that had expertise in understanding the difficulties associated with it, especially when you got tough processes to deal with, like FDA regulations and just other just interstate commerce regulations that come with doing international trade. So I had quite a few meetings with them and sat down with them for a lot of lunch and breakfast meetings, and they're pretty aggressive, and so was I. So it was kind of hit both on the same targets all at the same time.
Hey Z, one thing that I'd be really interested to know. I mean, I've always, I have a business that's in New York and LA. I'm originally from Texas, and I've been to Europe probably 7 times. Spent some time in Eastern Europe myself. But how different is it when you deal with brands that are based on foreign soil and international territory? Is there a big emphasis on flashy brands like we have in America? You know what I mean? Like, is everything like neon lights and really bright and flashy the way we are here in America? Or do you find it to be very different?
Yeah, it really depends on the niche market that you're marketing to. As a business, it's important to have a brand that reinstates some sort of personal beliefs or emotions.
Mm-hmm.
When you're marketing to women versus men, women are they're more emotionally inclined. They have a lot more that they like to build these sentiments that make sense to them and that identify them as an individual, as per their gender, as per their background, as per where they are in their career, or whether they're a housewife or a working mom or a single mom. So identifying with those just as a brand is kind of important, because when you don't, you end up just trying to catch anybody and everybody. But when you have people that are consistent, then you automatically know where to put your product, how to position it, how to shelve it, how to market it, so on and so forth.
Yeah. I remember when I lived in London, it was really interesting for me to live over there and buy consumer packaged goods, just like a tube of toothpaste or mouthwash or different things. And then I found it to be very similar, but a lot of the brands I had never heard of. Not too many brands cross over. I mean, in cars they do, so they drive a lot of Fords in England. But in Far East Europe, I was in Prague, and man, when I went to Prague, like nothing was familiar at all, and not even the way that the brands were presented were the same.
And that's kind of a beauty, because when you come in as a new brand into those countries, you kind of have this new novelty effect, this awe factor that a lot of the other companies don't have. But that just positions you a lot more, and puts you as a competitive company that has a lot more backing. Because especially if you're a company coming from a country that's a first world country,
Mm-hmm.
and they know that there's been a lot of research and development that's been put into it, that just boosts you and automatically gives you all these new credentials that you didn't have, or that might have been, just very synonymous with anyone else within your industry in your current market. So international markets sometimes is a better strategy. after establishing yourself for a period of time.
Yeah, that's definitely something to think about. I know from a large scale economic standpoint, if you look at a company like Pepsi or Coke or IBM, they started investing in India quite some time ago, and they've put billions of dollars into growing their Asia Pacific sector, because when they're doing their quarterly reportings and earnings, their growth has actually contributed to their growth internationally and not here at home.
And that's one of the main reasons that a lot of governments are always promoting a lot of international dollars, as they put it. The exact term slips my mind at the moment, but just investing into other countries and trying to get individuals set up to become more westernized is more of the consensus that a lot of markets are trying to push and move towards.
Yeah, well, the world gets smaller and smaller and smaller for sure.
I mean, with the internet today, the world's becoming flat, as they say, isn't it?
Exactly, and that was actually my next question for you. From an e-commerce perspective, how have you seen the landscape change truly with e-commerce since you've traveled literally around the world doing business? Are they crazy on e-commerce like we are?
You know, it's a challenge for a lot of countries because the way we've set up our mailing system and address system here in the States is probably one of what makes our country a beauty. You go to a lot of other countries like India. Right now, getting door-to-door shipping is a big question mark. It's a lot of pick-up and drop-off, finding a courier. And until those don't fully develop and those companies aren't able to develop to get stuff door-to-door within a consistent method, similar to the States, it's going to be tough for countries. But when you're dealing with smaller countries, such as those like that are near to the States, like Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, and even some other countries like the United Kingdom, Australia, those countries, they've got it pretty much set up similar to ours. So shipping and doing e-commerce in a lot of first world countries is pretty easy versus that of third world countries.
Right. So it's not quite as crazy there because you can't really get the goods to people's doors.
Yeah, everyone's still in that mindset. I have to see it and feel it and believe it before I buy it.
Right.
Whereas in the United States, we have this understanding where the product is going to be what it is and it's going to deliver what it's delivered. And that's what makes people more confident about shopping here in the United States.
Yeah.
If you have a consistent product that people believe in, branding your product, branding your company, branding yourself as an individual, all becomes consistent with your terms of delivery.
Where's the favorite place that you lived in all the travels that you've done?
That's a very, very difficult question.
I'm sure. Yeah, people always ask me that too. I'm like, you like New York or LA or London? I'm like, they all have their things, right?
They do. For me, if I'm going to put anything on the list, it's going to be South Africa for me. When I was out there, I couldn't believe how comforting and how welcoming people were out there. They just friends of friends, just welcoming me, inviting me to their homes. It was just an amazing feeling. You felt no sense of judgment, and people just loved people out there. They had this really good knack for just figuring out people on first time to meet them. I really liked it out there.
Wow. Do you know anywhere where like people don't work very much? Because I'm looking to move there.
I would have to say LA then.
Z, I don't get it, bro. I moved to LA to chill out, and I'm swamped. I'm like crazy beast mode swamped. I can't even like use the bathroom or eat. So busy.
Then you gotta find someplace else, man.
Yeah, but see, but my business follows me wherever I go. I can't get away from it. I mean, it's a good problem.
Everyone's becoming more competitive. The cost of living is just rising. Inflation is playing a big, huge role in just the way countries are operating and competing against one another. You know, a lot of countries. I mean, if you look at the United States back in the early 1900s, you know, we were very much of a domesticated market. Importing was extremely regulated to just certain companies that were looking to enter the market for specific reasons. Now it's and that too for a finished product and not so much for an assembly line product. But today everyone's finding a way to integrate into some sort of international market, and that's changed the way we've done business just in general.
Yeah. So are you currently with the company now, or you're seeking out opportunities and offers?
I believe in doing one project at a time and doing it well. Right now for me, it's helping me to set up this company out here that's trying to set up for their hygienics product.
Mm-hmm.
They're called Nature's Organica. They're going through their startup phase as well. The individual themselves from Thailand just came down and left a couple of days back, and that's just something that's going to take maybe until the end of this year or early on the next year. And the other company, it's a lot of people involved with Fine Image and Fine Image Services with the printing company, digital printing, and it's a lot of consultants are involved in the sense that we're working with companies like Salesforce, other companies like Zerply, and web developers, and just trying to integrate them and just get them positioned to be in the right place at the right time, and try and develop a fluid system. So for me, that's a handful right now. But
yeah, it sounds
I'm
like
always
it.
looking to line something up for what's next right after.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. You gotta keep eating, right?
You got to not only keep eating, but you need to have a pipeline.
Exactly.
I mean, that word pipeline you use very loosely in the industry, but at the end of the day, your pipeline is what you feed off of. Yeah, so you got to keep eating.
Yeah, we're forecasting in the April, May, June of next year, 2013, because we're already seeing ahead. Hey, we got to get ready for our own fiscal cliff or whatever happens. Exactly.
I know the fiscal cliff is a big, huge issue right now. And everyone's trying to debate about whether or not whatever kind of decision is going to be made is going to be made in the best interest. But only time can tell.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Z, it's a pleasure to speak to you via the internet and phone. Feel free to grab a cup of tea, grab a cup of coffee with Justin and I. I'll turn it back over to Justin so he can chime in since you guys know each other. But I appreciate all your experience, man.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Z, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's really good to hear your voice again, and I know that we had talked about it the other day, and it's been a while since we talked about managing different platforms and different projects, and I know the Daily Savant is one of yours, and it might be a platform that you've created on your own and all, but it's something that takes time and a lot of dedication and effort, and it doesn't come easy at all.
No, it doesn't. And it's just about being disciplined, being a well-oriented individual, and taking the time and being patient, but just taking things step by step. The saying, everyone believes in the saying that Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built based on, discipline, confidence, just a lot of consistent factors that make an organization successful.
Yeah, totally agree, Z. All right, man. Well, have a good day, and I look forward to keeping in touch with you. All right.
All right. Take care.
Hey, Z. But before we let you go, I got a little something for you.
Oh no.
Those I pop a lot of shit.
Hold on, you gotta wait for the chorus to come in, Z.
A lot of niggas pop shit.
Hold on, I'm gonna fast forward. You ready?
35% hoes hope I lay, so I
don't know why.
Huh?
I don't know why they hate us.
Is it a ladies? Stop Mercedes. Thanks, Z.
All right, Z.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come right back to wrap up the show, What Catches Fire, here on LA Talk Live.
Hoes of all complexions, I like cinnamon. Make sure you got some hoes, well niggas send them in. What you waiting for? Let the freak show begin. How they came in a truck.
Nah, Puff, that's a Benz.
Mercedes, come here, baby. You don't like it where it's hot and hazy, never shady.
You must be crazy.
It's ridiculous how you put your lips on this. Don't kiss right there, girlfriend, I'm ticklish. And I be switching B's with a wrist full of G's, nigga, please. I'm the macaroni with the cheese.
Been around the world and yeah. And we been player hated. I don't know when, I don't know why. Why they want us faded, I don't know why they hate us. Is it our ladies?
Yeah.
Or drop the faded? Baby.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi, your fitness doctor, making a personal house call, inviting you to join me Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for my all-new show, The Dr. Levi Show. Join us as we discuss fitness, health, and well-being, including emotional and spiritual health. So don't forget to tune in to The Dr. Levi Show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv, or catch us on the Live 365 network, and now on Radio Flag and Stitcher Radio. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hello world, how you living? This is D Brex, your host of the all-new rap project here on LA Talk Live. That's latalklive.com, or you can find me on iTunes Radio in the R&B section. That's the rap project every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. West Coast time, so don't be late. On the Rap Project, I will be playing the very best of rap and hip-hop that goes beyond the ordinary. So connect with me, your host, D-Brax, the rap connoisseur, on the Rap Project every Wednesday at 7, right here on latalklive.com, where we are more than just talk.
People, it's Jennifer Tapia from StarCam. You guys might know me from the red carpet, catching up with all the stars, but guess what? We're bringing the red carpet to the radio right out here on LA Talk Live. I'm going live Thursday nights at 6 p.m. We got hot topics, celebrities, and much more. We were featured on Chloe Lamar on E!, Howard Stern, T.I.'s Family Hustle. You know how we do. So check it out on Thursday nights, 6 p.m. All things Hollywood, everything celebrity. StarCam Radio?
StarCam Radio? StarCam Radio!
Oh yeah, follow us on Twitter at StarCam Radio.
Let's turn my headphones up. Yo.
Daddy's little girl, but not the girl that daddy knew. Daddy never had a clue
What catch
of
this fire?
LaTalkLive.com.
Yo. Remix. www.latalklive.com. Come to the. Oh, they got an instrumental though. I freestyle. That's old school. Old school. Okay, LA Talk Live. It's so funny. This show is on the verge of comedy and then really serious.
Yeah.
But,
we're almost bipolar.
I know, right? I know. Justin, what are you trying to say about me? But isn't that life? It's this show is very much it goes between really serious and really funny.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. I mean, sometimes it's chill, but that doesn't always work on radio and television. So you kind of have to straddle that line of, what's good content. Yeah. And speaking of content, segue. Bing, 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 bing. Speaking of content, read a fantastic article on Forbes.com about content marketing. What was so funny is we've been doing content marketing for years before it was called content marketing. So let's get on our trusty screens that we stare at all day and look at content marketing. I saw a guy that had a really cool job title that if I didn't have my own firm, I would have liked his job title. It was something like director of entertainment and something for American Express. And I was like, probably be cool. Working on the Jay-Z exclusive concerts, it'd be pretty cool. So, according to Wikipedia, content marketing is, don't worry, I have my own definition. I don't need Wikipedia. Don't think I got my marketing degree from Wikipedia University. It's like, where'd you graduate from? Wikipedia. It's so funny, but these days, right? He's like, yo, you're really smart. Where'd you learn that from? Wikipedia. Like, did you go to business school? Yeah. Wikipedia Business School. Where's that at? Chicago. Oh yeah, it's right next to Wharton. Yeah, but I stayed next to Wharton. Yeah, like I lived on the outskirts of Cambridge, over by Harvard, and I studied at Wikipedia. Anyway, so well, what did you major? Wikipediaism. So content marketing is an umbrella term encompassing all marketing formats that involve the creation and sharing of content in order to attract, acquire, and engage clearly defined and understood current and potential consumer bases with the objective of driving profitable consumer action. That's pretty good, Wikipedia. I have to say, Wikipedia did a good job on that one. So I think the important thing is to understand there, and the words that stood out to me is engage and clearly define and understood, right? So basically what they're saying is that word understood implies that you must know your audience. You have to know your audience in order to know what type of content that you're creating around them. So this weekend, like we said in the beginning of the show, we're going to be doing some content marketing for Uve Gourmet, our beverage client, and we're doing a day in the life video shoot. It's going to be a commercial that defines, and you saw the treatment that I sent this morning. So we want to show how the product can be integrated simply into the consumers and or the end user's daily life, that it's not difficult. Maybe you don't know how to live with this product. Maybe you don't know how this product and or service will enhance your life. Here, we're going to show you through this content. And content works in a couple different ways. You can either educate someone, you can scare them, or you can entertain them, and that's kind of the roadmaps that I always try to go with. Like, is this scary? Is it funny? Is it entertaining? So what type of emotion are we going to be evoking from the people as the end result of watching the content? Like yesterday, when we went over Lucinda Bassett's content, we were looking at the suicide survivor there on video, and we sat there and we watched the video. That's content marketing, because we're creating it and we're looking at it and we're saying, well, listen, if we were the end user, how will we perceive this content, and will that content make us want to seek more, read more, click the Facebook page, follow them on Twitter, or better yet, go to barnesandnoble.com and buy the book, or in Uve Gourmet's case, go to their retailer and buy that product. Now, the content marketing has got to be strong. You got to have a very strong case in order to make somebody literally run out the house and buy it, right? Yep. But repetitive content marketing that is engaging can accomplish that. So pretty fascinating. The Forbes article went on to say that big brands are banking on content marketing versus general advertising. And from a digital perspective, this is nothing new. And I feel that brands will continue to invest heavily into content marketing, i.e. original content, and they're going to bring in celebrities and influencers into this creative content. And it's only going to be for the web. It's happening now. I remember there was a really cool video I saw, John Varvatos, fashion line, they did with the band The Roots. And it was the coolest video, shot in black and white. Questlove, the drummer, comes out of the plane. It was a private jet. And the video opens with a drum kit and a private jet. And that's it. And you're watching the video, and a few seconds after the video comes on, Questlove walks down the steps of the private jet. And then he walks over to the drum kit. He sits down and he starts to play a beat, and And then when Questlove starts the drums, the next hub bass player walks down from the jet. He walks over to the bass, and then he lays the bass line. And then one by one, the band starts to come out, you know. And then before you know it, the whole band's out of the plane, and they're jamming this really cool song. And it turned like what would have been a 5 or 6 minute video that's too long for the web, a video that was perfect length because the way that they added on. And then at the end, it just simply said, John Barbados. So that was a really good example of content marketing that was really only made for the web. So that is our term and our tip for the day. And if you need help creating your content, you should contact Kenny Group Creative. James at kennygroupcreative.com, Justin at kennygroupcreative.com, or Matt at kennygroupcreative.com. Or our New York office, contact Sandra at kennygroupcreative.com. So that is our tip for the day on content marketing. Justin, Matt, you guys have anything to add about content marketing?
One thing that I would add is going based off of Uwe. I'm sorry. We almost want to create an association that's ritualistic, in the fact that we want to have consumers create a bridge between the product and their daily lives. And ultimately it be a positive one for that matter. So for instance, I wake up in the morning and I have my my scrambled eggs and my waffles and my chocolate milk Nesquik, by the way, Nesquik, yeah.
Nesquik,
yeah, there you go. We want to position Uwe as perhaps the Nesquik, the beverage of choice,
the BOC.
Yeah. For your meal, for every meal. Mm-hmm. So it's creating this ritualistic association with the product, with the environment, with your daily routine. We wanted
ritualistic. I like that.
You're welcome.
I like that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
It's a part of their ritual that this is what you do.
Exactly.
Like me with my green tea.
Yeah. Love that green tea, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. So yours is your Nesquik that's your thing.
That's my ritual.
Yeah. Matt, do you have a thing?
A thing, a ritual in the morning.
Yeah.
Just coffee.
Is it a certain kind?
Yeah, Starbucks.
Yeah.
Definitely Starbucks.
Yeah.
Nothing wakes me up like Starbucks in my cup.
The best part of waking up, Starbucks in your cup. That was Folger's.
That was a nice jingle there,
it's a good jingle, though, isn't it?
It was.
Well, it's amazing. A brand has got to be really good to knock you off of your ritual. Because if somebody could come along and knock off Starbucks one day and say, hey, I've got this coffee that's better than Starbucks or just as good or cheaper or whatever makes you switch, they got to be strong. You know what I mean?
Starbucks has done a great job as positioning themselves as the superior coffee drink.
I think it's one of the most amazing brands ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I would compare Starbucks to Coca-Cola, and they've only been around since the early 1990s. I mean, they are consistent everywhere you go. The quality is fantastic. The brand itself is just badass.
Yeah.
The logo is amazing. The colors. Starbucks makes you feel a certain way. They made paying $4 for a cup of coffee completely acceptable.
And they also put a lot of thought into the customer experience.
Absolutely.
You go into their locations. I mean, the feel, the atmosphere, even down to the music, it makes you feel at home.
Absolutely. Howard Schultz, who is obviously the founder of Starbucks, he talked about that. He talked about going into baristas in Europe and getting that cup of espresso, and that there was a place to sit down, and he's like, wow, there's nowhere in America where you can get a high quality cup of coffee and have a seat in a nice environment. Mm-hmm. And literally he took the McDonald's model for coffee. But I mean, what a light bulb. I mean, he's got to feel good. And I've seen him do TED Talks and different things, and he's an inspirational guy that from the hood. I mean, Howard Schultz is broke. He grew up in the slums of Brooklyn, and literally just was a good salesman, understood his market, understood his thing, and I don't think he started with Starbucks until he was like late 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that there's another person that comes to mind right now, and that's Cesar Millan.
Yeah.
The dog whisperer.
Yeah.
You know, coming and immigrating from Mexico, you know, with nothing, basically illegal, and he wanted to be the best dog walker in the U.S. And look at him now. His brand. He has so many projects with IMG. With the Wall Street Journal has featured him numerous times. The Los Angeles Times. He's just everywhere.
I mean, if you say Cesar Millan, people know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, isn't he the dog guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mexican that could walk a pack of dogs.
He's really good at what he does, man. It's
Yeah.
amazing to see. Like, it's just something about him. He just gets it.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Well, that wraps up our show for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in to What Catches Fire. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of insight. Success will come and go, but integrity is forever. Thank you for tuning in to What Catches Fire on LA Talk Live, where we are more than just talk. We are do.
This rainy it will continue through the morning as I'm listening to the bells of the cathedral. When I finish up my coffee, it's time to catch the train.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Walk, run, climb, play. Solgar number 7 can help. Feel the difference for yourself. Solgar number 7 actually shows improvement in joint comfort within 7 days. Now you can start to get back on track fast and pursue the activities you love. Solgar number 7 is a breakthrough in joint care with no glucosamine and no chondroitin. The advanced bioactives in Solgar number 7 help to increase flexibility, mobility, range of motion, and actually shows improvement within just 7 days. One capsule once a day is all you need. When stiff joints occasionally say no, Solgar number 7 says yes. Visit Solgar.com and learn more about Solgar number 7 today. That's www.solgar.com, www.solgar.com. Solgar number 7, official sponsors of Here's to Your Help with Josh Lane and LA Talk Live.
Journey Sisters is an organization that embodies and captivates women from all walks of life. Our membership includes 44 women that are constantly growing in the areas of personal development and community involvement. Monthly, we offer free leadership classes at McCade's Restaurant. Journey aims to inform women in the areas of heart disease and HIV and AIDS. Experience the journey now by logging into www.journeymosaicinc.com. Toll free 888-906-5519. Journey with no excuses.